পিলে হয় দুঃখের অবসান রে। গৌরাঙ্গ বলিয়া দুবাহু তুলিয়া নাচিয়া নাচিয়া বেড়াও রে। গৌরাঙ্গ বলিয়া দুবাহু তুলিয়া নাচিয়া নাচিয়া বেড়াও রে। ভজ গৌরাঙ্গ কহু গৌরাঙ্গ লহ গৌরাঙ্গের নাম রে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 हरे हरे। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। माता जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Another song has to be done. Somebody else will do. Who will do? Who wants to sing? Raksha Mataji, Satya Mama Mataji.
Okay.
Mama Mataji will do. Satya Mama Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I'll sing Nadiya Go Through Me, Nityananda Mahajan. Fine. Okay. Nadiya Go Through Me, Nityananda Mahajan. Nadiya Go Through Me, Nityananda Mahajan. Patiya che naam hata jivera kara. Patiya che naam hata jivera kara. Nadiya go through me Nityananda Mahajan. Nadiya go through me Nityananda Mahajan. Shradhavan Jan He, Shradhavan Jan He, Shradhavan Jan He, Shradhavan Jan He. प्रभु राग्याय भाई मागिए भिखा, प्रभु राग्याय भाई मागिए भिखा। बोलो कृष्णा भजो कृष्णा करो कृष्णा शिखा, बोलो कृष्णा भजो कृष्णा करो कृष्णा शिखा। नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंद महाजन, नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंद महाजन। अपराध शून्य होय लोह कृष्ण नाम, अपराध शून्य होय लोह कृष्ण नाम। कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन प्राण, कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन प्राण। नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंद महाजन, नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंद महाजन। कृष्णेरा संसार करो चारिया नाचार, कृष्णेरा संसार करो चारिया नाचार। जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार, जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार। नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंद महाजन, नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंद महाजन। पतियाचे नाम हट्टा जीवेर करण, पतियाचे नाम हट्टा जीवेर करण। हरे कृष्ण। Joining. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
You love your earphone, love your phone.
Yeah. Mute your phones. Hare Bol. So 17th chapter, verse number
55, Mataji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So Caitanya Bhagavata 17th chapter, 55th verse. So before that, the little bit recap. Guru Padashrayas Tasmat, Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam, Vishrambhena Guru Seva, Sadhu Vartmanu, Vartanam. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying Ishwar Puri, taking the ashraya of the Guru. And there now he says, Krishna Pada Padmera Amrita Rasapana Amare Karao Tumi Yei Chaidana. I beg that you make me drink the nectar.
There is no video.
So I beg that you make me drink the nectar of Krishna's lotus feet. Persons in whose hearts the eternally beneficial realization sajati yashaye snigdhe sadho sanga swatovare. One should associate with the devotees who are more advanced than oneself and endowed with a similar type of affection for the Lord is prominent can alone fully surrender or take shelter of the lotus feet of the spiritual master. So who is the qualified person to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna and lotus feet of the spiritual master? Here it is said, one who has a similar type of affection for the Guru as much as for Krishna. We have the verse, Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasyete katitayartam prakashante mahatmanaha. One who considers, one who loves his Guru as much as he loves his as much as he loves the Lord, then that person is eligible to take shelter of the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Considering that the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord are the only object of service, and to set example for practitioners who desire love of God, the Lord, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, exhibited the pastime of accepting Ishwar Puripad, Shri Ishwar Puripad, the recipient of Madhvendra Puripad's mercy as his spiritual master, and thus bestowed mercy on him. There was no contradiction in the begging at the lotus feet of the spiritual master for the alms of drinking the nectar of Krishna's lotus feet by the Lord, who acted as a disciple, and the awarding of those alms by the donor Ishwar Puripad, who acted as the Guru. न धनम न जनम न सुंदरीम कवितम वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिर ahaitu त्वयि. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor to enjoy beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. What I want only is the causeless mercy of your devotional service in my life, birth after birth. The purport of this verse offered by the Lord in the prayer at the lotus feet of Sri Gadadhar manifested and constantly remain in the heart of Ishwar Puripad on the strength of Sri Madhavendra Puri's fully non-duplicitous mercy. So this is why Guru Shishya Parampara is very important. In Guru Shishya Parampara, the Guru gives all the credit to his Guru. And in this way it goes. It goes on till one reaches to Krishna. So all the credit actually goes to whom? It is the learning from his Shiksha Guru. Then his Shiksha Guru learns from his Shiksha Guru. So in this way, the disciplic succession flows. So Ishwar Puripad gives all the credit to Madhavendra Puripad. So in this way, the disciplic succession goes. Balena Ishwara Puri Shunaha Pandita Tumiye Ishwara Amshaha Janino Nishtitaha. Ishwar Puri then said, listen dear Pandit, I know without doubt that you are an expansion of the Supreme Lord. Now, Ishwar Puripad could immediately understand that he is not an ordinary person, that he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is expansion of the Lord himself. Ishwar Puripad, Lord's associate and servant of the Mahabhagavata Guru, constantly engaged in chanting the holy name of the Lord. Therefore, since the principle of offering respect to others without expecting any honor was brightly shining in him, he instructed Gaur Sundar, who acted as his disciple, as follows. You are the knower of all living entities, bondage and liberation. You are an expansion of the Supreme Lord. In other words, you are directly the Lord himself. And all other controllers are your expansion. Mute your phones. I am confident about this. In consideration of the absolute truth, The living entities are the fragmental parts and parcels of the Lord, who is full in 6 opulences. But in this case, since Gaun Sundar was enacting the pastimes of a disciple, he exhibited the pastime of hearing in disciplic succession from the lotus mouth of his spiritual master. The conclusion that the living entities are parts of Lord Vishnu, in other words, they are separated parts. Jivera Swarupa hoy Krishner Nityadas, Krishner Tatastha Shakti, Bheda Bheda Prakash. Krishner Tatastha Shakti, Jiva is a Tatastha Shakti. Abheda Bheda, Bheda Abheda Prakash. There is a Bheda also, there is a Abheda also. There is difference also, there is commonness also. Jiva is connected to Krishna. At the same time, Jiva is servant, Krishna is master. It is living entity's constitutional position to be an eternal servant of Krishna because he is the marginal energy of Krishna and a manifestation. And a manifestation simultaneously one and different from the Lord. Constitutionally, the separated parts of the Lord have no material designations. In other words, the living entities cannot remain in any occupation other than the service of the Lord. Living entities who are forgetful of their constitutional position and averse to the service of the Lord are subjected to the bondage of material existence. In that state, the valor of body and mind is prominent in their activities. The Lord is a super soul. Living entity is an infinitesimal soul, and therefore his fragmental part. The Lord is the infinitely potent, fully cognizant personality, and the supreme soul is a mind, and the spirit soul is a minute, liberated spiritual spark. So here about the Tathastha Shakti has been also given. So living entity is a fragmental part of the Lord. The Lord has full opulences, all full 6 opulences. Now, Gaur Sundar is not coming in the category of a living entity. As a living entity, one must surrender to the spiritual master. Now, Gaur Sundar is exhibiting the quality of a disciple. Now, Gaur Sundar is Lord himself, just imagine, Lord himself, but accepting the spiritual master. And the way the prayers are offered to the spiritual master, that has to be studied at least multiple times by all of us. Because that is how we should feel indebted to the teachings what we have got in this disciplic succession. Each and every one of us have been instructed by Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. But we should never forget those instructions which has been given. And we have to have that indebtedness for the Krishna Diksha, the Shikshanam. Both are there. Diksha is there, Shiksha is there. As we have explained many times, in the olden days, the Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru used to be the same. But after Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's appearance, 2 pranalis came, Shiksha Pranali, Diksha Pranali. It was separated. At the same time, it is one. Bheda, Bheda, there are also Bheda, Bheda. Why? Because Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur could forecast in the future there will be many, many disciples for the Guru, and Guru cannot reach to each and every one of them. So somebody has to give the Shiksha. So Guru appoints his representatives as Shiksha Guru. And in this way, the Shiksha Pranali starts. The Shiksha Pranali, Diksha Pranali. This word Guru is not that, okay, the Guru is having the pride of being a Guru. No. He doesn't have the pride of being the Guru. It is his duty to just serve. Guru is also the servant of his Guru. Every one of us are servant. Ultimately, we are all servants of Krishna only. Jivera Swarupa hoy Krishna Nityadas. We are all servants of Krishna. And every one of us are performing our duties. So it is not like a Mayavad understanding. In Mayavad, Guru calls himself God. Here, Guru is only a servant. He is only a postman. sending the message which has been imparted by his Guru. It's only a postman work, nothing else. But are we going to tell our Guru that you are just a postman? How are we going to how are we going to realize the knowledge? By treating the Guru as good as God. That is why Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastra. So that is why we give importance to Guru. So that the knowledge what is given by the Guru is realized. Or if we consider, okay, Guru is only a postman. No. He is treated as good as God because he is a servant of God. And he is servant of the servants of the servants of the servants of Lord. Simple. ये तुम्हारा पांडितेय ये चरित्र तुम्हारा सेह की ईश्वर अंश by haya ara. Can anyone other than expansion of the Supreme Lord possess the extraordinary learning and characteristics that you have? Now here Ishwar Puripad is saying, can anyone other than the expansion, you have such a wonderful characteristics. Anybody can have this. Due to absorption in Maya, materially conditioned souls are under the control of the illusory energy of the Lord. But for pure spirit souls, there is no scope for absorption in Maya. The characteristics of conditioned souls and the characteristics of liberated souls are not one. Therefore, I do not consider anyone other than an expansion of the Lord. I do not consider you any other than the expansion of the Lord. It is understood from your learning and characteristics that you are none other than an expansion of the Supreme Lord. So a conditioned soul is bound first by his ego, next by all the vices. But a liberated soul is not bound by this. Liberated soul is always under the shelter of Yogamaya potency. That is why the liberated soul is always at the service of the Supreme Lord. But a conditioned soul, because of his conditioning nature, goes away from the service of Lord and serves his illusory senses. Yena aji amit subha swapna dekhilana sakshate tahara phala yehi pailana. I had an auspicious dream last night and today I have obtained the fruits of the dream. Satya kahi pandita, tomara darshane Parananda Sukha Yena Pai Anukshana. Oh Pandit, I'm telling you the truth. I'm feeling great ecstasy at every moment since I have seen you. From the time I saw you in Nadia, my heart has had no other attraction. Yad avadhi toma dekhi yachi nadiyaya, tad avadhi chitte ara kichu nahi bhaya. So Ishwar Puripad has seen Gaur Sundar in Nadia. He says, from that time, I'm just contemplating on you, meditating on you. Satya yahi kahi, ithen anya kichu nahi. Krishna darshana sukha toma dekhi pae. I'm speaking the truth, nothing else. When I see you, I feel the happiness of seeing Krishna. Since I saw you in Navdeep, no other subject matter has occupied my mind or my heart. This is indeed the truth. There is no doubt about it. As soon as I see you, my eyes smeared with the anointment of love. I experience the same indescribable happiness as when I see Krishna. So here Ishwar Puripad is glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That from the time I have seen you in Nadia, I'm just meditating upon you. That you are none other than Krishna himself. Shuni Priya Ishwara Purira Satyavakya Hasiha Bolena Prabhu Mora Bada Bhagya. Ishwar, hearing his beloved Ishwar Puri's truthful words, the Lord smiled and said, it is my great fortune. Yei mata kata ara kautuka sambhasha yata haila taha varani bena Veda Vyasa. In this way, the two exchanged many other pleasing words, which will be described in the future by Veda Vyasa. तबे प्रभु तान स्थाने अनुमति लया तीर्थ श्राद्ध करिबारे वसीला asiya. The Lord then took a Vishwapuripad and went to offer oblations to his forefathers. It's a prescribed duty of one visiting a holy place to offer oblations to his forefathers. Gaur Hari enacted the pastime of taking permission from Ishwar Puripad and then offering oblations at Gaya, according to prescribed duties. The path of pure devotional service and path of fruitive activities based on smritis are not similar. Only after rejecting fruitive activities can one enter into spiritual life. Since materially conditioned living entities are not self-realized or God-realized, before hearing topics of the Lord, they take to fruitive activities such as offering oblations to the forefathers and demigods according to external considerations. Now a question may arise. Just now Lord glorified that a person, when he is under the shelter of spiritual master, he has done everything. There is nothing that he is indebted to his forefathers. He has in fact liberated millions and millions of forefathers. That was also the words of Caitanya Mahaprabhu to Ishwar Puripad. Devarshi bhutaptanam pitrulam na kinkaro nayam runicha rajan sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mutum kundam paharitta kartam. Then why is it that now he is taking? Till now then what he spoke, it was just a lip service. One is known as lip service. Oh, everything, you are everything. In your feet, I can find all the pilgrimage. Then afterwards asking the permission, let me go to the pilgrimage. Let me go and pay oblations to the forefathers. Was it just a lip service which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did? No. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown that one who serves the Guru has already liberated all his forefathers. But still, to teach general people, because still they are not self-realized, they have to perform. They are indebted to their forefathers. That is why what they should do in the pilgrimage, because still they are not inclined to hear about Krishna. It is not that everybody has the inclination to hear about Krishna. So at least they will perform some fruitive activities. Fruitive activity means understanding there is an authority before you. Above you, there is an authority. You are indebted. Yes, devas, rishis. That is why we say the gotras. We are indebted to devas. We are indebted to rishis. We are indebted to a common man also. We are indebted to so many living entities. Devarshi, Bhutaptanam, Pitranam. When you become Na Kinkaronayam Runicharajan, when such type of consciousness come, when we have completely given ourselves to Krishna, even if he has completely given himself to Krishna, but to set an example, to make other people at least follow the fruitive activities which has been prescribed in the Vedas, at least do that. That is why some karma kand activities are encouraged by the self-realized soul. Though for themselves they will not do anything, but for others, to set an example, they do. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching. The one who is not freed himself, the one who doesn't have that complete faith in the spiritual master and the process given by the spiritual master, has to perform certain fruitive activities or karmakand activities. In this way, Lord went to Falgu river and offered oblations to his forefathers with sand. Then Lord went to Preta Gaya on top of the hill. Falgu tirthe kori balakara pindadana. Tabe gela giri shringe Preta Gaya sthana. The Falgu river flows under a bed of sand at Gaya. There is a system for offering oblations with sand at this place. In order to bewilder and deceive fruity workers, Gaurahari enacted the pastime of offering oblations to his forefathers with sand. Therefore, he went to Pretagaya on top of the hill. There are 395 steps leading to Pretagaya that were built in 1775. The steps were built by Madan Mohan Datta Mahashaya, who was known among people as Kubera. He was a renowned black merchant and was born in the famous Datta family at Hathakola, Calcutta. On the wall of the temple, there is an inscription reading Shri Shri Radha Krishnaya Namaha, Shri Caitanya Chandraya Namaha, Shri Shiva Durga Sharanam, Jai Ramaha, Jai Rama. O Lord Madan Mohan, I beg at your lotus feet for the benediction of good fortune for me and my entire family. Seeing the difficulty people took to climb this high hill to reach Pretagaya, a person named Madan Mohan has built a beautiful wide staircase for the benefit of the pilgrims and the pleasure of Lord Narayana, the husband of Lakshmi. Construction on the 395 steps was begun and completed in the year 1775. So Pretagaya Shradakari Shri Chachirandana Dakshinaya Vakye Tushilena Vipra Gana. So Sachirandan offered Shraddha at that place, Pretagaya, and then satisfied the Brahmanas there with sweet words. After enacting the pastime of offering oblations at Pretagaya, the Lord satisfied the local Brahmins with Dakshina in the form of various sweet words. It is seen that the pilgrims offer excessive respect and donations to the priests of Gaya. What to speak of this? The foolish, most greedy pandits, pandas of Gaya, have pilgrims worship their feet with flowers and tulsi leaves and thus accumulate grave offenses. That is why the Lord, rather than encouraging such offensive activities, satisfied the pandas simply with sweet words. Now, this is also going on. Now, just see, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is writing about the fact which is happening at the pilgrimage. There are good people also, there are cheaters also. The pandas, what they are doing, they are trying to make people worship them. You go anywhere, you go to Vrindavan also. There are pandas who fool you, who will try to enact as if like Sahajiya Bhava. So there are people. So here Krishna is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is warning us. We cannot do something excess to the Brahmana. Whatever is required, whatever charity, that much only we can give. But we cannot wash their feet. And though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that the medicine for me is go and wash the feet of Brahmana and bring that water. Yes. Which Brahmana? One who is self-realized. The Brahmana who is serving Krishna. But one who demands the worship, serve my feet, drink the water, I am only God. If somebody says like this, then you cannot accept him. One who is sincerely serving Krishna. Now the Brahmanas there were actually glorifying the lotus feet of Krishna. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified the Brahmanas and said, go and bring the water which has cleansed their lotus feet, or which has bathed the lotus feet. So here, two things you are finding. One is the pure Brahmanas who are sincerely serving Krishna, that has been accepted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the Brahmanas who have the pride of having their knowledge is rejected by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So after duly delivering the forefathers, the Lord happily went to Dakshina Manasa. Tabe udariya pitrugala santarpiya Dakshine Manase chalilena harsha hayat. So here we'll stop. Hare Krishna. Any questions you can ask? Any questions? So yesterday was a very
Hare
nice
Krishna,
day.
Mataji.
Yeah.
When a person go to pilgrimage, their forefathers are relieved, no? Suppose if a woman devotee is there, then she goes to this pilgrimage, then her forefathers are also delivered. Mataji.
Yes. You're also father. You are sister of Shri Devi, no?
Yes, Mataji.
You have lost your father
Yes, Mataji.
3-4 days before.
Yes.
So condolences to all of you, your family. Yes, you can go and you can deliver your forefathers. A woman devotee also can do. It is said when a woman takes up devotional service, already 21 forefathers from the mother's side, father's side, to such an extent, even from husband's side, everybody is relieved. That is the power of a woman. Woman takes up devotional service, the whole house is actually liberated. Forefathers are also liberated.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Mother. Yes.
Yes. Anyone
Hare
else? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
No, no, Prabhuji. Krishna. No questions? I'll close up.